I'm just a girl that loves a good Turkish show. Welcome back, fellow Disney fans. Today we are going to review the tragic story of Naren. The show is called Bir Bulut Olsam, aka Beyond the Clouds. This show is a drama set in a village near the Turkish border where a beautiful and kind soul named Naren lives along with her certified crazy husband Mustafa in the family mansion, with Mustafa's father at the head of the family, who's also the town's mayor. Naren, who is 17 years old, was forced to marry Mustafa, who is mentally unstable and has a very sick obsession for Naren. Now, when I say he's mentally unstable, I mean this guy needs to be in a mental hospital for real. He is extremely violent and out of control. Naren endures physical and emotional abuse by Mustafa and his family. All Naren longs for is an education, which the village she lives in typically frowns upon. You know, girls don't really need an education since they're expected to be wives and caretakers of the family. However, Naren is allowed to attend her classes, which is her only source of joy. One day while at school, she meets Dr. Serdar, who moves to the town to help clear mines from the fields where the children often walk and play, while also providing medical services to those in need. Dr. Serdar instantly becomes smitten by Naren and learns what she's been enduring at home after Mustafa shoots her, almost killing her. Dr. Serdar makes it his business to help Naren escape Mustafa's torture, all while hiding his romantic feelings for her. Mustafa is a nuisance to the whole village, to be honest, and Dr. Serdar is constantly finding Mustafa in front of him in one way or another. Mustafa hates Dr. Serdar with a passion ever since he helped save Naren's life. Naren is such a kind soul, even to a fault almost. She constantly feels sorry for Mustafa and does not want to cause him any harm in any way, which only feeds his sick obsession for her. Mustafa's father sees Mustafa spiraling out of control and decides that this is all due to Naren's presence and forces him to divorce Naren, freeing her from years of endless mental and physical torture. Or at least that's what everyone thought. Harun, he's a teacher at the local school, and he also has eyes for Naren and proposes marriage to her. Dr. Serdar's heart burns with regret when Naren accepts Harun's marriage proposal. Dr. Serdar could not confess his love for her in time, and now he has to watch the woman he loves marry someone else. Mustafa, though, he doesn't go away quietly at all. Nope. He cannot accept Naren's marriage to Harun and kidnaps Naren on her wedding day. He rapes her and impregnates her. Of course, Mustafa's not punished for any of his crimes because of his father's influence and, of course, Naren's merciful heart. Once Naren is back home, the damage is done. Harun is unable to look at her in the same way he did before she was kidnapped, which causes her even more pain and grief. All through this show, Naren continues to suffer at the hands of others, and she soon realizes that she might never be free of Mustafa's twisted love for her. When Harun suddenly dies in a car accident, Naren is left alone to fend for herself and her young son. Now, no one knows that Mustafa is the boy's father except for Dr. Serdar, and he never really leaves Naren's side through all of this, and in the process becomes very close to her. Eventually, Dr. Serdar and Naren confess their love to each other and decide to marry, which brings tremendous joy to them both. Finally, we will see Naren smile. I have never seen such a character as Naren, who displays such courage and strength while living through so many tragedies one after another. She emits such grace and poise even while facing death. It's quite remarkable. This story, though, it does not have a happy ending, guys. Yeah, tragedy will strike Naren's life again, and it seems that her joy as Dr. Serdar's wife will be short-lived. At the end of the show, we do see Mustafa doing the best he can to be a better and more peaceful man. And sadly, it appears that Naren will end up spending the rest of her life next to Mustafa in one way or another, especially after he learns that the baby boy is his. I feel so sorry for Naren, but what's interesting to me is that Naren really never feels sorry for herself. And I think that this is the real moral to the story. I mean, Naren understands that destiny is not something you can control. Life is full of trials and tragedies, but you have to keep on living. She never gives up on her faith or questions why all of this is happening to her. She just accepts whatever life gives her, knowing that her faith will get her through it. I really hope that you guys go and check this show out on watchturks.tv, where you can enjoy it with English subtitles. This is an older show produced by Kanal D and premiered back in 2009. I really enjoy the older Turkish shows just as much as the current ones, and they are definitely worth watching. WatchTurks.tv has a wide variety of older and newer shows, plus some movies that I think you guys might like. All right, well, that's all I got on this one, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time.